Good morning, dear students. Today I am starting lecture on wave optics, and today my chapter wave optics. This chapter is very important for your competitive point of view also, and for your board point of view also. So wave optics chapter, as you can understand, that I will discuss something related to wave. Wave chapter you have covered in class 11. Now you will tell, sir, in class 11 I can't remember anything, so I will revise it and every concept. Don't worry about that. After that, this is optics. What does optics means? Light. Optics means light. So wave optics, that means we will understand light related with wave. Achha. Actually, this optics is divided into two parts. This whole optics. This optics is a branch of physics in which we will study about light. This optics is divided into two parts. One is known as ray optics and one is known as wave optics. One is known as ray optics and one is known as wave optics. About the ray optics, there was a scientist whose name was Newton. So Newton gave theory about ray optics, that he said that light is moving in a ray. So light is going like this. And he said that if you will place any object in the path of light, then it will cast their own shadow. For example, suppose this is an object, so this is casting their own shadow. So since light is traveling in a ray, so it is casting shadow. And when you were in class 4th, 5th, then we were a study like this. Thereafter another scientist came, and his name was Einstein. And Einstein was also a very genius scientist. And about the light, Einstein said that light, he explained actually photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect is very famous, right? You all know what is photoelectric effect? Photo means light. Actually, photo means light. So with the help of light, we will make electric current. How this is possible? I am giving you little bit detail about this. Suppose that this is a metal. And on this metal, if light will fall, so each light has some energy, and that energy is equal to h nu. What is h? H is known as Planck constant, and nu is frequency of the light. So each light has some energy. When some light will fall on the metal, then what will happen? This metal will receive that energy, and after receiving any energy, what will happen? System will become unstable, and when the system will become unstable, then the outermost orbital electron will become free, and when outermost orbital electron will become free, so this is known as free electron. And you know that if any electron will be free, then it will be not at rest, it will start moving. And when any electron will start moving, you all know that I is equal to Q by T. That when any charge will move with respect to time, then it will make current. So this whole photoelectric effect, with the help of photon, that means with the help of light. What is photon? I am telling you some brief introduction about photon also. What is photon? This concept will come. Photon is a packet of energy. What is photon? About the photon, we believe that photon is a packet of energy. So when the light is coming like this, so what we believe that light is coming in the form of a packet. Light is coming in the form of a packet, and each packet has their own energy, and this packet is known as photon. If you want, you can write in your class note that what is photon? Photon is a packet of energy, and each photon has how much energy? H nu. Nu is the frequency of light. Clear? When photon will fall on this metal, then metal will receive energy, and then what will happen? Electron will get ejected, and this will make current. So this was the hypothesis of Einstein. But when people asked from Einstein that tell me that on which basis, that means on the basis of ray optics or on the basis of wave optics, you can explain this thing. So Einstein said that we can explain photoelectric effect only on the basis of ray optics. Only on the basis of ray optics. If we will consider wave optics concept that then we can't explain photoelectric effect. So I was discussing from you that optics is divided into how many parts? Two parts, ray optics and wave optics. Now you can ask that sir, which one is correct, ray optics or wave optics? Ray optics is dealing that light is moving in a ray. Ray optics is dealing that light is moving in a ray. That means in a straight line. And wave optics is saying light is moving in a wave. Both is very much contrary to each other. But what you have to understand that light is moving like a ray also and light is moving like a wave also. Both is correct. Both is correct. So what we believe that light can move like a ray also and light can move like a wave also. Clear? We can explain reflection of light by the help of ray optics. In ray optics we have discussed this thing. We can explain reflection of light. What is reflection of light? Bouncing back of light in the same medium. For example, suppose this is a mirror and if any ray of light is falling like this is incident ray. So this point will become point of incidence. Is it? You all know this thing that when any ray of light will come toward the mirror, toward the reflecting surface of mirror, that is known as incident ray. This is known as incident ray. Right? The point where incident ray will hit the surface is known as point of incidence. And at the point of incidence we have to make normal. We all know how to make normal, right? Normal will be always 90 degrees to the surface. If you don't know, you can write that normal will be always perpendicular to the surface. Perpendicular to the surface. So how we will make normal? See, this line is normal and this angle is how much? 90 degrees from the mirror surface. Clear? This is incident ray, this is normal. Angle between incident ray and normal is known as angle of incidence. First law of reflection you all know that angle of incidence will be equal to angle of reflection. So what is reflection? How we will define a reflection of light? That bouncing back of light. When the light will go like this, it will hit the surface and then what will happen? It will bounce back. It will bounce back like this. So bouncing back of light in the same medium is known as reflection of light. It's known as reflection of light. Acha. Why I am saying bouncing back of light in the same medium? क्योंकि ये, for example, suppose this is coming, this ray of light is moving in air. So initially it is in air, after reflection again it will go in air. तो air से ही आ रहा था और air में ही चला गया. So it is in same medium. It is moving in same medium. So this is reflection. What is reflection then? I am explaining reflection phenomena. Saying here, for example, suppose this is one medium. Okay. Suppose this can be rarer and denser. In class 10 you have seen all these things that one medium is rarer, one medium is denser medium. So suppose this is rarer medium, denser medium, you all know that if there will be any incident ray, so this will be point of incidence and we have to make normal. If any ray of light will go from rarer medium to denser medium, then it will bend. It will not go in a straight line. It will bend and it will come close to the normal. Right? In class 10 we have seen this, that whenever any ray of light will go from rarer medium to denser medium, then it will bend and it will come close to the normal. Clear? So this bending of light, how we will define? Bending of light, light का बोलना, bending of light when it will go from one medium to other medium is known as reflection of light. Or this can also happen that when any ray of light, for example, suppose this is a incident ray, so this will be point of incidence. Here we have to make normal will make 90 degree. This will be angle of incidence, and when any ray of light will go, suppose this is denser medium. First medium is denser and second medium is rarer. So when any ray of light will go from denser to rarer, what will happen? It will not go in a straight line. It will go away from normal. So this one will become angle of reflection, right? So this one will become here angle of incidence and then this one will become angle of reflection. So how we will define a reflection phenomena? We all know that reflection is bending of light when any ray of light is going from one medium to other. So these phenomena we were explaining with the help of ray optics. Now we will explain all these phenomena with the help of wave optics also. Clear? So in the ray optics we can explain reflection, we can explain refraction. But there are some of the phenomena in this nature, because physics is all about to study nature. In the nature there is a lot of phenomena, and what we want to explain each and every phenomena separately. So reflection of light we can explain by ray optics, refraction of light we can explain by ray optics. But there are some of the phenomena, for example, I am writing some phenomena: interference, diffraction, polarization, with the help of wave optics we can explain reflection also. We can explain refraction also. Right? So with the help of ray optics we can't explain these three things. With the help of ray optics we can't explain interference of light. But light is showing us interference phenomena. What is interference phenomena? I will discuss in detail in this chapter. What is diffraction? I will discuss in detail in this chapter, and polarization also I will explain. So these three phenomena we can explain only by the help of wave optics. Reflection and refraction phenomena that we were explaining using ray optics in the ray, that we can explain with the help of wave optics also. तो ये रिफ्लेक्शन और रिफ्लेक्शन को हम लोग वेव ऑप्टिक्स से भी एक्सप्लेन करेंगे, और अभी चैप्टर के स्टार्ट में व्हेन वी विल स्टार्ट द चैप्टर वेव ऑप्टिक्स देन वी विल डिराइव दैट वन आल्सो. क्लियर? बट देयर इज ए पर्टिकुलर फिनोमेना दैट इज नोन एज फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट, जिसके बारे में मैं अभी डिस्कशन कर रहा था. फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट इज ए सिंगल फिनोमेना which we can't explain using wave optics concept. So if we want to explain photoelectric effect, then we must have to go on ray optics. Clear? So we will explain each and everything. And now we are starting our chapter. Okay. There was a scientist, Huygens. This scientist first told that light is a wave. Huygens was the first scientist who said light is a wave. In 1678. In 1678, he proposed that light is a wave. Earlier people believed that light is a particle. Light is moving in a straight line. But in 1678, he was the first one, and we will understand Huygens principle also. Huygens principle is very important in both point of view. They will ask you that right Huygens principle. We will understand that one. Actually, if you want to understand wave optics, then try to understand wave optics, that why this concept came in the picture. Suppose that this is a room, and here is a torch. Then in ray optics, what we believe? In ray optics, we believe that light will go in a straight line. In ray optics, we will believe that light is going in a straight line. So suppose that if here is any person, let's say Bahubali. Suppose here is any person, let's say Bahubali, and if I will ask from Bahubali that tell me that where you can see maximum of the light, Bahubali will say in this region. Why? Because light is traveling in a straight line. Suppose if I will place any object here, and if I will ask from Bahubali that can you see this object? This is a complete dark room. And in a complete dark room, I have given some light using torch. So maximum of the light will come in this region. But if I will ask from Bahubali that can you see this object? What Bahubali will say? Yes, I can see, but partially, not completely. Partially means that means some of the light is bending here, some of the light is coming here also. That means maximum of the light is coming here, but some of the light is coming here. That's why we can see. That's why I want to explain one more thing. That if suppose you are in a dark room and if anyone will ask you that when you can see any object, the first thing, I can see any object only when there will be some light on that. For example, suppose this is a marker and if the room will be complete dark, so can we see this marker? No. When we can see the marker? When some light will fall on the marker. First thing, there should be some light. When some light will fall on the marker and when some of the light will reflect back and it will enter inside our eye, then we can see the marker. Then we can see the marker. Clearly? Clear? Okay. That means light is actually bending. Light is bending, that is means light is not moving in a straight line. Okay, now we will understand Huygens principle. This is very important. Huygens principle. What was Huygens principle? Try to understand. In this first point, we have to understand about wave front. Wave front, right? It is the locus of all point. It is the locus of all point which is vibrating, which is in same phase, which is in same phase. So this is the definition of wavefront. They will ask you that what is wavefront? What does it mean by same phase? Same phase means same state of vibration. Same phase means same state of vibration. Same state of vibration means this means same displacement, same velocity, and same acceleration, Try to understand that what I am trying to say. What is wavefront? Try to understand. Suppose that there is a bulb. Suppose this is a bulb. So if this is a bulb, then bulb will give light in all the directions. Like this, in this direction also, 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 in this direction also. So when bulb will give light in all the directions, and if you will make it envelope on that, then it will become a sphere, no? It will become a sphere. For example, try to understand that suppose this is a river. Suppose this is a river, and if this is a river, and if I will throw a stone in this river, if I will throw a stone in the river, then what will happen? Then this stone is a disturbance, and it will start making their own wave. And this wave will be like this. This wave will be like this. So this is here I have thrown the stone, and this when you have seen everyone has done this thing in जब आप लोग बच्चा थे तो आप लोग क्या करते थे? We were throwing a stone in the river, and then after throwing the stone, some wave was generating, and wave will propagate also like this. So first this wave will move, then this wave will move like this. So this wave will move in all the directions. This wave will move in the all directions. And in which shape it will move? In the spherical shape, like this. For example, suppose this is a bulb, so bulb will give light in this direction also. So try to understand wavefront. What does it mean by wavefront? Now you can understand wavefront. Suppose that this is a bulb. So this bulb will give light. This bulb will give light. Suppose in 1 second this light will go from here to here. In 1 second, let's say this light will go 1 meter. So in 1 second here also this light will go 1 meter. In 1 second here also this light will go 1 meter. In 1 second here also this light will go 1 meter. In 1 second here also this light will go 1 meter. That means if you will join all this, then this will become a sphere now. This is not a circle. Try to understand. Because in 1 second some light will come here also. In 1 second some light will come here also. In 1 second here 1 meter, here 1 meter, here 1 meter, here 1 meter. So in 1 second 1 meter, if you will join all the 1 meter, then that will become a sphere, like a football, like a football. So these all points are in same phase. These all points are in same phase. So what is wavefront? It is the locus of all points which are in same phase. What is wavefront? It is the locus of all points which is in same phase. So this point is in same phase. This point is in same phase. Clear? So I think wavefront is clear to you. So this is what? A spherical wavefront. Which wavefront? A spherical wavefront. That means if source of light is point source, this is which one? Point source. So if source of light will be point source, then this point source will make a spherical wavefront. This point source will make a spherical wavefront. Then the next line. Next point of Eisen's principle. Next point of Eisen's principle. Second point. The direction of propagation of wave is always perpendicular to wavefront. हम perpendicular को ऐसे ही लिख रहे हैं. You will understand perpendicular. Direction of propagation of wave is always perpendicular to wavefront. What does it mean? Suppose that this is a point source. So this point source will make wavefront like this, spherical. This point source will make wavefront like this. So this will be a spherical wavefront. So what will happen? That wave is propagating in which direction? First wave will go from here to here, then here to here, then here to here. Like this it will move. In this direction also it will move here to here, then here to here, then here to here. Like this it will move. So wave is moving in forward direction, right? In the river also you are seeing this thing, that when you will throw a stone, then wave will move like this. Like this. Wave will move like this. So wave is moving in forward direction. So wave is moving in which direction? This all wave is moving in forward direction, right? So what I have taken, the direction of propagation of wave. So what is the direction of propagation of wave? Like this. And what is the direction of propagation of wave? Like this. So the direction of propagation of wave is always perpendicular to wavefront. Wavefront is this one. See here, this is perpendicular, 90 degree. See here, 90 degree. See here, 90 degree. So always at each and every point you can check that direction of propagation of wave is always perpendicular to wavefront. So this is the concept. Okay. That's the third one. That third point. Every point on wavefront acts as a secondary source. Every point on the wavefront acts as a secondary source which emit their own wavelength. Which emit their own wavelength. Which emit their own wavelength. Called secondary called secondary wavelets. Try to understand what is this. Suppose that this is a source, this is a point source. So this is known as primary source. Or you can say that this is original source, or you can write like this, that this is original source. So primary source means main source, that means original source. So if this is original source, then what will happen? It will emit their own wavefront. And if there will be a point source, so point source will make a spherical wavefront. Every point on wavefront act as a secondary source. So here will be lot of points, no? So each and every point on this wavefront, act as a secondary source. तो पहला वाला क्या था? प्राइमरी सोर्स मींस मेन सोर्स, और every point on this wavefront will act as a secondary source which emits their own wavelength. So this will become a new source. ये secondary source क्या हो जाएगा? This will become a new source. और ये नया सोर्स, ये न्यू सोर्स अपना वेव बनाना चालू कर देगा. ये था ओरिजिनल सोर्स, दिस वाज द मेन सोर्स. ये सोर्स एक वेवफ्रंट बनाया. इस वेवफ्रंट का हर पॉइंट, each point of this wavelet will become secondary source, और ये secondary source will start making their own wavefront. तो हर secondary source अपना wavefront बनाना चालू कर देगा. ठीक है? Now this will become a new source, right? And the next point, the common tangent on secondary wavefront gives new wavefront. So see, this wavefront will become which one? Secondary wavefront. हम क्या लिखे? एवरी पॉइंट ऑन वेवफ्रंट एक्ट एज सेकेंडरी सोर्स. ये मेन सोर्स था. मेन सोर्स क्या बनाया? मेन सोर्स विल मेक देयर ऑन वेवफ्रंट. तो ये वाला वेवफ्रंट है. ऑन दिस वेवफ्रंट ईच पॉइंट विल बिहेव एज सेकेंडरी सोर्स. ईच सेकेंडरी सोर्स विल मेक देयर ऑन वेवफ्रंट. And this is known as secondary wavelet. This is secondary wavelet. जब हम secondary wavelet पे कॉमन टेंजेंट बनाते हैं. कॉमन टेंजेंट कैसे बनाएंगे? इस पे भी कॉमन टेंजेंट, इस पे भी, मतलब सबको क्या करेंगे? सब पे कॉमन टेंजेंट बनाएंगे. So when we will make common tangent, the common tangent on secondary wavelet. This will be wavelet. The common tangent on secondary wavelet. ये secondary wavelet पे जो common tangent बना, this will give a new wavefront. So this is a new wavefront. Clear? I hope ये concept clear हुआ होगा. इतना ही बोला था वो. For example, suppose this is a wavefront. Each point on the wavefront will behave as a, suppose this is a wavefront. Each point on the wavefront will behave as a secondary source. Each secondary source will make their own wavelet, and the common tangent on this will become a new wavefront. तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? New wavefront. Clear? This will become new wavefront. So there was a 3 statement. First, second and third. This was the Huygens principle. Huygens principle का हम लोग यूज करके, we will use Huygens principle to derive reflection of light and refraction of light. So my next topic will be very important. So please watch this video, like, subscribe and share it. Okay, thank you. I will use all these concepts in the next derivation. That derivation is very important. That is derivation of reflection of light and reflection of light using wave optics concept. Thank you.